Right, so I like to say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushai, Bahashim Rakah HaKadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. I like to say Muatha Babu, which is death to Babylon, and Lord willing, this is edifying for you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. War will be at your front door. So let me say that again. War will be at your front door. And the reason why I say that is because there's different forms of war, right? You have war with guns and grenades and tanks and convoys and F-22s and F-16s and those type of things. But you also have resource war. Also have economic war. You even could have war within your own household. You can have war within your with your next door neighbors, and these things are gonna approach. Even the Lord said himself in the book of Matthew, the 10th chapter, he said, "For I have set a man I have set a man at variance against his mother, father, brother, sister, and so on and so forth." Now that means to what? To cut asunder, right? So you can have war within the midst of you, and these things are coming. So let's get to scriptures. Matthew 24 and 6. "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." Salakia, bear with me for a second. Bear with me for a second. Now, when you go into that word war in the Greek,
Strong's G 4171, polemos.
polemos, that which means a war, a fight, a battle, a dispute, strife, or quarrel. So you're gonna have these things even with in the midst of your house, with your next door neighbors, with many things that takes place. And a major war that's coming, of course, is World War III will be the war that ends all wars. But before those things happen, you're going to have resource war, which means famine and things like that that's going to take place. So let's keep going. Matthew 24 and 6. "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginnings of sorrow." So there you go. So there's different wars that take place on the earth here, right? This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 1. "This known also, that in the last days perilous." Now when you go into that word perilous, it means what? Trouble or dangerous times shall come. So again, "This known also, that in the last days perilous times shall come." So this is the book of 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy." Who is the Lord people? Well, go into the book of Matthews 2 and 6, Exodus 3 and 10, Acts 5:29 on down, Matthews 15:24. The Lord's people are the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." You know, a major plague right now is the COVID-19. And now they saying that there's a new strain out there, which could possibly be the COVID-20 or the COVID-21. And they're telling people that they might have to take a second dose of the COVID vaccination. So we'll see how those things play out. So again, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things, in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continuously. Now the souls of the just, which is the righteous, are who? Brothers out there that's doing the works on the highways and byways, and not only on the highways and byways, but throughout the week. That not also teaching it, but also walking in the ways of the scriptures as well. It says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I would not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Right? Because you're going to have Jeremiah 30:7, which is Jacob's trouble is approaching. Jacob is going to catch a lot of hell. Jacob being the so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans. Jacob's going to catch a whole lot of hell, which is conditioned here in America. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful consolation. And that's what's happening. And again, like I said, there's more than just one type of war. There's many wars: resource war, economic war, many, man. There's many. You can even research wars, man. The different wars. Right? You have something that's called a drought. You know, that's war. That's war on America, man. So it says, verse 14, woe means destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. So the Most High have declared war upon you. So war will be at your front door. Slacky, you know, all jokes aside. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Hold up now. Let's go back to this, right? Let's go back to this Matthews 24:6. Now, when you go into that word war in the Greek, it was what?
Strong's G 4171. Polemos.
Which goes back to a war, a fight, a battle, a dispute, a strife or quarrel. Now check it out. It says 2 Ezra 15 and 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. So there you go. And swords in their hand, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. What do? They just marked up Pelosi. They just marked up her house, right? So that goes to show you that they're not having any respect towards their kings nor their princes, if I said that name right. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able to, because these devils are planning on shutting things down. You know, and as more as they so-called distributing this vaccination is not going out fast enough, and more people are becoming infected. Now, this vaccine, as more as they distributing this vaccine, for some oddball reason, more people are becoming more infected. But other than that, let's just keep going. It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled. Again, going back into that 2 Timothy, the 3rd chapter, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. These things are coming, man. War will be at your front door, right? War will be at your front door. This is what's coming, man. right? While you people, still going to college, trying to get some college education so you can get a hundred and some $1,000 job. Hey, but hey, the scriptures tell you that the Most High have blinded you. Verse 20, Behold, saith the Lord, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and from Lebanon, to turn themselves one against another. Wait, what did that say? It says to turn themselves one against another. Well, that's going back into where? Obadiah, the first chapter, that going back into Joel 3 and 9, that going back into Isaiah, I believe the 13th chapter. Hey, all this is all in the scriptures, man. We reading it right now. It says, and repay the things that they have done to them. That they have done to who? Israel, man. It tells you that in Zechariah 14:12. We just got through reading those things. Jeremiah the 50th chapter. The Lord talks about the vengeance. Ezekiel, I believe that's 25 and 12. Ezekiel 35 and 5. Amos 1 and 11. It says, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen. Isaiah 44 and 1. Israel is the Lord's chosen. So will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, thus saith the Lord power. So because of these things that have taken place, because of these things that these nations have done unto the children of Israel, war shall be at your front door. My right hand shall not spare the sinners. So the Lord right hand is not even going to spare you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, 2/3 of you, right? And the nations are also sinners as well, man. It says, and my sword shit, the scriptures call Esau a sinner, right? And he's of another nation. It says, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. The fire is going forth from his wrath, and have consumed the foundations of the earth. And the sinners like the straw that is kindled. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments. It says, saith the Lord, which is you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Zechariah 13 and what is that? Zechariah 13 and 6 or verse 8. Right? 2/3 therein shall be cut off and die. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power, defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. So other than that, I'm gonna end it right there. But again, war shall be at your front door. And I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers that's out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. I like to say Shalom.